So, you've decided to cut sugar. Whether you're diabetic, keto, or Candida diet, I'm super excited for you as you'll be feeling more energetic, healthier, and happier. So here are a few of my favorite sugar substitutions that are safe, healthy, and won't spike your blood sugar. What's up, world? It's Josiah with Cooked on a Feeling, and if you're looking to live a gluten, sugar, dairy-free life like myself without having to give up delicious foods, then this is the channel for you. So here are my top 6 favorite sugar substitutions that won't spike your blood sugar but will still give you that sweet taste. Alright, so my favorite sugar substitution, number 1 on our list is Stevia. So Stevia doesn't increase glucose or insulin levels at all. It's all natural and has 0 calories, so it's a great way for losing weight if that's something you're trying to do. It's also 200 to 400 times sweeter than sugar, which is crazy. So a lot of the local brands in your local grocery store sometimes are going to cut that stevia with another sweetener that isn't safe. So be sure to check the ingredients when you're looking at the stevia box. So if you're unsure, I have included a link down below to Amazon that'll take you to a very safe stevia product. The disclaimer with stevia is that some people don't like the aftertaste. It can be easy to over-sweeten with stevia since it is so much stronger than sugar. So if you need to sweeten something, I would start with an itty-bitty amount, see how you like it, and go from there. Up next on our list is a fruit native to southern China, monk fruit. Similar to stevia, monk fruit doesn't change your insulin or your blood sugar levels. It has 0 calories, so it's also a good way to lose weight. It's also 250 times sweeter than sugar is. So I'll give you the same advice as I did with stevia. Use it cautiously, don't add too much. I personally, and I think most people would agree with me, like the flavor of monk fruit better than stevia, but I do think stevia is easier to use, easier to access, and a little bit cheaper. If you're looking to get a little creative and you're not a fan of the taste of stevia, you can mix monk fruit and stevia to try to find an acquired taste that you like. So next on our list, number 3 is Xylatol. Xylatol is pretty cool because it stimulates the immune system and digestion. So xylitol is sweet, of course, but like monk fruit and stevia, and unlike sugar, it doesn't cause any tooth decay. I would say that xylitol has a little bit more neutral of a sweetness flavor, so if you're looking for something a little closer to the sugar taste, xylitol might be the one for you. Just like our other 2, this does not increase your blood sugar or your insulin. Alright, we're moving quick. Up next on our list, number 4 is erythritol. Erythritol is a sugar alcohol found naturally in foods and produced from simple sugars and corn. This also doesn't increase your insulin or your blood sugar levels. So these are my first 4 sugar substitute recommendations. So if you're on the Candida diet, if you're on the Keto diet, if you're diabetic and looking to cut sugar without spiking your blood sugar, I highly recommend sticking to those 4 products right here. Not only do these products not increase your blood sugar and your insulin, they're actually good for you. Opposed to sugar, which has a plethora of negative side effects. If this information has been useful to you at all, please throw me a thumb and boop that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, disclaimer for the next recommendations on my list. These next items are still much healthier for you and much better for you than sugar will be, and much better for you than a lot of sugar substitutes. If you're doing a sugar detox and if you're on the Candida diet, these can still feed into the overgrowth of Candida in your gut. And it'll also spike your insulin and your blood sugar just a little bit, not as much as sugar, but it'll still give you those sugar cravings that you're trying to avoid. So if you're in that category, I would stick with my first 4 recommendations only. However, if you're looking to reintroduce some sweeteners into your life, or if you're looking to just find a healthier way to live without sugar, then these next products can be great for you. Alright, number 5 on our list is going to be fruits and vegetables. Your mama wasn't lying. So my favorite fruit and vegetable substitutions for sweeteners are going to be ripe bananas, dates, applesauce and apples, and, believe it or not, sweet potatoes. If you're in the baking world and you're dealing with these sugar issues, but you don't want to sacrifice texture, sweetness, or flavor, then I highly recommend these products right here. I will say the key to baking with these products is to get it to a puree form. Blend these items until they're almost a liquid and then put them in your food and mix them in like normal. So if you're over here wondering how many bananas equals a cup of sugar as you read your recipe, I did talk about the substitutions and the ratios in this video right here that you can check out anytime. Alright, next on our list, last but not least, a 3-fer, honey, maple syrup, and agave. I put these last because they do raise your blood sugar and your insulin a little bit, not quite as much as sugar, but they do still raise your insulin and your blood sugar. If you're looking to completely cut that out of your life, the insulin spikes, the blood sugar spikes, the sugar cravings, if you're diabetic, Candida, or keto, then I highly recommend saving these for another time. I know on the Candida diet, as you begin to heal, you can reintroduce these things into your life. So maybe later on in your Candida diet journey, you can reintroduce these as a sugar substitution. But if you're just beginning, again, I would say stick with the first four. Honey, maple syrup, and agave are wonderful substitutions for sugar because they are sweet, they're natural, and they're pretty healthy. I do like the texture and the flavor of both of these products, and they taste really good in cookies, baked products, and other things like that. If you are new to cutting sugar and you're not really sure what to do, I would highly recommend doing a sugar detox, which is where you're going to cut all of the things in your life that are going to spike and raise your blood sugar and your insulin. As I said before, stick to the first four products that I recommended, and then as you begin to heal, as those sugar cravings go away, if you think you can handle it, maybe reintroduce some of these fruits and vegetables and these sweeteners like the agave, honey, and maple syrup. My recommendation is cut all sweets for a few weeks. It'll be much easier to do it that way than to dabble with sweets here and there and fight those cravings all the time. My last piece of advice is if you are using sugar substitutions that aren't on this list, I would highly recommend looking at the ingredients, Googling what's in them, and seeing what the side effects are. I think it's kind of crazy that these products that are being recommended for diabetics is causing a spike in insulin and blood sugar. If you are cutting sugar already, but you're still having diet sodas or you're using Splenda or things like this and you're not really sure about it, I highly recommend Googling what the sweetener is, seeing what the side effects are, and making a decision for yourself. I think you'll find out pretty quickly that a lot of these substitutions are pretty atrocious. I'm here in this journey alongside you to support you and encourage you and give you some information that I found along my own sugar substitution journey. I thank you for your time. I hope this video was useful for you. Next week, I'll be posting a video about which sweeteners to avoid, so stay tuned for that. Again, this is Josiah with Cooked on a Feeling, helping you live a gluten, sugar, dairy-free life like myself without having to give up delicious foods. We'll see you next week.